Welcome back to The Dark Side with Verity, the show where we bring on guests to share their stories. Stories from the darkest of places, which allows light to come back in. Welcome to The Dark Side with Verity and Sarah. As always, we're going to begin with a breath. So to relax us both in, close down your eyes. Let the body settle and take a big inhale through the nose and sigh it out. Do we need one more? Let's do one more.
I feel like we need one more.
We'll do two more. Big inhale. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. Let it all go. One more breath, the biggest breath you've taken today. And a full release. Drop it out. Beautiful. Welcome your welcome your eyes. Welcome.
We've reset. We've recentered.
We've arrived. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to let you intro yourself. Take it away.
So I'm Sarah. I'm Chief Book Bestie at Book Besties Darwin. So that is a community group and lifestyle brand. And yeah, that's kind of who I am. Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to add way more into this.
I was like,
Mum of these two little cuties over here.
Yeah, okay. So I have a family, 2 doggos, Simba and Indy. They're my French bulldogs. A husband, Isaac, but who we affectionately call Noons. We have been together since high school, so high school sweethearts.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so we've been together a very long time, grown up together. And yeah, I don't know.
I automatically want to know about your love story. I think people have, when they meet and it's like a high school romance, I'm like, how? Like, how much have you grown in this space?
Yeah. I think it's funny because I never thought that we were going to be together forever. Obviously, we really liked each other, but when you're not really thinking long game when you're 16, are you? You're just like having a bit of fun. So, but obviously, we gave each other a lot of space to become who we wanted to be and grow with each other. And there was never any pressure. So, yeah, it's just, I think what people ask, how did you know? And my answer is always, I never questioned it. I think that I just like, it was never a question. And yeah, we've just always been really supportive of each other. And I think that that's been kind of what's held us together, even in the hard moments.
Yeah. Well, I see him at Book Besties in the videos with all the merch.
Doing the door, doing the merch. Yeah, he's definitely very supportive.
Amazing. Yeah. I love this because I feel like it's rare now.
It is rare. And I think like out of high school, you kind of see the people who like end up breaking up or moving apart and things like that. And you wonder, oh, are we next? But we just never were. We ended up engaged when we were 20. I think I was 23. Oh, well, I think I got married when I was 23. So I must have been engaged when I was 21.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and yeah, had the best wedding, super fun. It was just a big party and just, yeah, never thought we would stay together, but we did. That makes it sound really cringe. That makes it sound like, oh, just does she like him that much? But I do.
He's obsessed with it.
I just think there wasn't a lot of pressure.
Which I think is a huge thing because I was going to say, did you think at like 21 or when you were younger that you would get married at that age?
No.
Like, did you ever plan like, oh, I'm going to have like the white dress and everything?
No. Weddings weren't actually my jam. My best friend would probably hate me for telling this story, but it was her thing. She had the bloody wedding planner pre-bought, like the whole shebang. Like, I think I always liked the idea of having a wedding and a party, but definitely never. I actually wasn't even sure I was going to wear a white dress. I did. I ended up wearing a white dress, but that was never like something when I was a little girl I was drawing like the pictures or anything like that. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Would you renew your vows? One of our
Yes.
friends did that recently, I feel like.
100%. Yeah. It's our 10-year wedding anniversary next year. And I'm like, Tanoon's got to start planning. I'm like, what are we doing? Are we doing a trip? Are we doing like a renewal? But yeah, I think that's part of the fun. I mean, we got married so young. Like, we had fuck all money. Like, let's do it again and do it better.
Would you wear white now?
Oh, second time around, I don't know. If we were doing it up here, absolutely not. I'd want to have a fake tan and white and sweat. I'm a sweaty girl. Like, oh, it's making me hot.
You're actually hot or no?
So no, I don't think so. I think I'd do something fun.
Yeah. Love.
Yeah.
Okay, I look forward to seeing the plans now.
Well, you'll probably be invited.
Right, we're going on a trip, guys.
Off to Bali.
I can help you there.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. And what's he doing now? Like, how is he involved with Book Besties? What's his vibe with all of that?
He's the unofficial doorman. But just super supportive. I think when I'm making decisions, always run it by him. Not that I need his approval, but more so he's like that sounding board because it is just me.
When you have your own business, it's wild. You're like,
yeah.
What should I do, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah, it goes in my group, my girls group chat, and then it goes to Nudes, and they're kind of like my sounding board. But yeah, he helps with pack ups, like set up, pack up, and all that stuff I don't want to do.
All the man stuff. I'll say it.
All the heavy lifting that I don't want to do.
Love.
But yeah, he's really supportive, and I'm very grateful that he's just like, yeah, do whatever you want. He's never questioned it.
So good. Okay, how did Book Besties begin? Tell us the journey of, even when you started reading, like has this always been a love?
Reading has definitely always been a love. I think in my 20s, I was too busy partying and having a good time to read. So I definitely fell off the wagon a little bit. And then probably when I got to my late 20s, when I wasn't going out as much, like I just wasn't partying as much. And like, I think you get to a certain life stage where a lot of your friends start having kids, their own families, meeting their person, and you do have a little bit more time when you're kind of in that in between. Yeah. So I kind of started reading then, and I spoke about Book Besties for probably 6 months before I started it. And I was just like, oh, I couldn't get into any of the local book clubs because they're all full. Oh. And they're like really exclusive.
I was like, is this like a thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
goodness.
like waiting lists.
Get out.
Yeah. So that's a thing. And then I was like, well, do I really want to, like, libraries are beautiful spaces, but I didn't know if that was the kind of space and vibe that I necessarily resonated with. So I thought I could do this and make it more fun. So I did. Started the Instagram page, said, come on down. And the first month we had 10 people in January 2025. And now we have over 100.
That is wild.
Yeah. And there's like a wait list each month. So yes.
Oh, now you have a wait list too?
Yeah. Yeah. And and as a people pleaser, like I find it really challenging, but I think that to keep the magic, you've got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah. And to keep you sane.
Yeah. And to keep me sane. 100%.
And so how have you built the community? What's been your like secret to doing it all?
I'm a big believer in your vibe attracts your tribe. So I don't think that there's necessarily a secret. I think the energy that you put out is the energy you get back. So I think I've always tried to show up really authentically within the community, and that seems to have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I love is when I see all of your posts, your reels, anything online, is that
it's exactly you.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
Oh, I love that. No, that's good. Because I try and keep it really authentic, and I want people to feel like they can come, and even if they come by themselves, at least they can recognize like me or the people that they see in the videos and be like, oh, I recognize that voice, and feel like they can approach and feel comfortable. Yeah.
I love that. I was going to say, when people come by themselves, what's the, like if someone is thinking about coming and they're nervous, what's the first steps?
I think the hardest, my people message this to me all the time, and my answer always is most people that came by themselves the first time still come.
Oh,
so
amazing.
I think it's getting yourself to the first one, and then the rest happens. We look after you. Everyone's super welcoming. Last month I was talking to a couple of the girls, and they're really good friends. They actually met through Book Besties.
Oh, love.
And they're really good friends. And I said, how's your night going? And they were like, oh, I sat over here and like we separated and we went to different tables. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. Even though they're friends, they're still making an effort to kind of get around the room. And I think that that's part of it.
Yeah, because as you get older, making new friends, it's a weird thing, isn't it?
It's so hard. And I get a lot of people from interstate that have just moved here who don't play sport and aren't going out and drinking all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's like their third space.
Because the whole culture has shifted, hasn't it? It's
and
no longer.
I think that that's definitely been one of the contributing factors to the success.
And what's the ratio of girls to guys?
I would say we're 95%, 95% females. We do have some loyal males, but everyone's welcome. It's not just a girls' club.
Yeah. What are the venues and like what are your community meetups? Like what are they?
Oh, okay.
What's the vibe?
So we rotate the venues every month. So you can expect to get around Darwin and kind of find all different venues. A lot of people say, oh, I didn't even know this existed, which kind of makes me a bit worried sometimes, but that's okay. There's a lot of people who are new to Darwin. And each month we have a monthly book pick, but if you don't read it, you can still come. We're pretty cruisy. So a lot of people do read the monthly book pick, and then there's conversation starters that I make that are on the tables that help like facilitate conversation. And then you just come in, pull up a chair and have a chat.
Nice. I love that because I see you at all different venues. I think this is like the kind of like cool book club.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want it to be like, if people like reading but they can't get through a book a month, like I don't want them to feel excluded from coming.
Yeah.
So that's like a really big part of it too, making sure that whether you're reading one book a month or you're only getting through half of it, or you didn't really like the sound of the monthly pick, you still feel like you can turn up and be included.
Connect.
Yeah.
I think community is one of the biggest things that people miss, and why this has been so amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I think that even like there's a lot of online book clubs, but I think people are craving that in-person connection so much. Yeah.
And do you speak on, because obviously breathwork, nervous system, I'm like, what about the people that say they can't sit down and read a book? Like, do you have advice, or you've just got like people who love reading and it's that sort of thing?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have any advice. I think you've definitely got to put your phone away.
Yeah.
I think that you've got to make the effort to create a space where you will read, because I think that so often we're multitasking. Like even when we watch TV now, like you have your phone in your hand, you're answering text messages and things like that. I think that's the hardest way to break, like to start the habit of reading, is actually being present.
Because then you are actually committing to focusing on something. Rather than being open to be distracted all the time.
Yeah, and I think we don't even realize that that's how we move through the world, which is like like a whole other conversation. But I really think that we probably aren't aware of just how much like stimulus is coming in. So when you take like the simple thing of your phone away, it just eliminates a whole entire distraction.
It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how do you just sit down and you love reading, or do you give yourself commitments like 10 pages a day? This is the old like 75 hard stuff coming in here. Okay, the
Triggered.
How to be good at reading.
From a daily goal perspective, I personally don't do that. Some people resonate with that though. God, that just like triggers like eating disorder vibes in me and stuff. It's like counting calories. I don't resonate with that.
Good.
My only kind of like rule, I guess you will say, is if I'm starting a new book, and I'm going to say this up front, I'm a fast reader.
Yeah.
My one rule is 50 pages. Like I've got to read 50. If I'm starting a new book, it's 50 pages.
That's to get you like into it.
Yeah,
the story.
get into it, vibe it out. And then if I still I'm not too sure about it, another 50. And then if I'm still not enjoying it, I'll DNF it. So I won't finish it. But 50 pages on a new book. But if I get a chapter in some nights or none, doesn't matter.
Oh, you're very much like my sister. She'll just like go through all of these books and we'll walk into a bookstore together. She's like, oh yeah, she picks up one. It's all like vampires and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, off to the self-help section.
That's unfriendly. And also you've got to read what you enjoy. Yeah. I think that's such a big part of it. You've got to like, don't read a book because it's trendy. Like,
yeah,
if you don't like the blurb, you're not going to like reading it. No. Like that's just So that life's too short to read books that you're not enjoying.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, you can stop.
Yeah. No one's forcing you. No one's forcing you to finish.
I love. With your community, what are the biggest, I guess, surprises and challenges that have come your way? Like personally, how's that worked for you?
Surprises is probably just how many people are interested. Like I knew there was people out there that liked reading. I just probably didn't think that many people would show up. Yeah. So but it's been a good surprise. Like it's nothing that I can't handle. Challenges is definitely burnout, just because I'm still juggling a full-time job as well. So, and how I've dealt with it, don't know.
Is that right? We'll get in for more breath work.
Yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't say that I have dealt with it very well. In the last year I was pretty burnt out, but I just can't, it's not my nature to do things by halves.
It's exciting too, that's the thing.
And I enjoy it. Like it's not as if I'm like, oh, fuck this. Like it's like positive and it's like it is adding to my life in a different way. But that's not to say it's not taking up energy.
Yeah. I love when you write my silly little book club and then it's like this huge thing with this massive following.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually had a guy on the weekend. I was out partying, which I do from time to time. But and I've actually recorded a reel about this to put up later in the month. But he was like, oh, what are you doing? And I was telling him, and then he heard book club and he just went like this, like literally like that. And I just turned around and walked away. I was just like, I'm not even giving you the time of the day. Like, honestly.
You don't know how cool my book club is.
I know. I'm like, oh, he's not going to get it. I was like, it's just whatever.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. But at the same time, I think that that's a really old school way of thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guess originally, if you thought of a book club, I would imagine years ago, it'd be like, oh, maybe my mom and her friends would go have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys are like, let's have a cocktail.
Yeah. I can't tell you the amount of book clubs that I've walked away from and been like, I didn't really talk about the book that much. But it's probably a little bit different for me because I'm running around and running stuff. But yeah, I was like, after the last one, I was like, I didn't actually get to talk to anyone about the book. Too busy making sure everyone was all good.
Oh, I love that though. That means it's a really safe space for everybody to come into.
Yeah. And I think that also, like, as females, creating a space where people feel comfortable to come and share and not feel judged has been really important to me as well.
Yeah. Because as you get older, everybody's social anxiety creeps up, and just having, I guess, like the guts to go somewhere on your own can be huge for some people.
Yeah, huge. And like I can see that in the messages that I get before people come. Like they'll message and be like, "Oh, I want to come by myself. Like, is that okay? Is that allowed?" And I can feel that anxiety. Like, as someone that's had anxiety my entire life, I can feel it through the message, and I just want to wrap them up and be like,
I'll come and look after you.
Do you have any issues? And like, people are really good. Like, if they see someone who seems to be on the outer of like a group or sitting by themselves, people will include them. Yeah. So yeah, it is quite, like I said, your energy attracts your energy.
Yeah. Love. I want to know about the products, because the book club has grown.
Oh, yeah.
The book club is now a whole thing.
The stuff that makes me money. Oh, that's funny.
What is the vision for the book club? How has it grown, and how do you see it growing?
Yeah, so I think, like, when I first started it, it was just the meetups. And then I thought, oh, there's definitely something here. And people wanted T-shirts. So I did T-shirts. And then I did hats because I wanted hats. And now we have this whole lifestyle brand, and we're doing creative workshops and, you know, bringing in other people to do workshops, like beading workshops and things like that. So collaboration's a huge part of it with that creativity. And then, the lifestyle brand is just another arm of it as well.
So good.
Yeah.
I've got my little book light.
Yes, the book light. And
I'm obsessed.
Yeah. The book light honestly is insane how well that's gone. And that all stemmed from Noon's not wanting me to have the big light on when he was going to sleep. So I was like, oh, how can I solve this problem? Why don't I just like make myself a book light? And here we are.
It's because it makes you feel calm at night, and the red and the orange. I'm like, okay, I'm doing all the right things to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's so good. Changes your life.
And what other products? Give us like a quick rundown.
Yeah, so we've got caps, lots of different kinds of bookmarks, magnetic ones, stickers, lots of fun stickers. We've got Kindle accessories. So if you have a Kindle, we can pimp it out for you.
Love. What are the little holder things? Is that for the Kindle?
Yeah, that's for the Kindle. So they're called Get a Grip because I like having fun with my products. So
well, the stickers are awesome.
Yeah, the stickers are. And the stickers are so popular. Like all the Darwin ones always go so well. So yeah, lots of fun.
Okay, now we're going to talk more about you.
Yeah. That's cool.
Now that all of your love for the community, now we're to you.
Yeah.
Give us a rundown of your darkest moments in life.
Yeah.
And obviously it's called the dark side. I have like a very dark humor because of all the stuff that's happened in life.
Yeah.
But run us through your big pivotal moments in life.
Yeah. So I grew up with like not a blended family, but I grew up with step sisters. My dad committed suicide when my brother and I were toddlers. So no, that's like
there's
like,
nothing to.
That's okay, but like it's kind of not.
It's not.
So we lost him when we were really young, and my mum remarried 3 or probably 4 years later. And my stepdad had more kids, and my stepdad is in the police force. So we moved around a lot when we were kids. And I think that is where I get my extrovertness from, It's not because it's not from choice. Like, I think I had to be, because I was starting new schools nearly every year for a time.
Wow, that's huge, isn't it? And when you're so young to get people to know you straight away. Wow.
Yeah. So I think I definitely had to be extroverted just to like make friends in new places. And then we ended up in a place called Sea Lake, which is in the Mallee. And we were there for most of my high school years. So, which is where I met Noons. And yeah, we spent a couple of years in Bendigo before we moved to Darwin. Moved to Darwin in 2018. What happened next?
Was that, were you a rebel teenager?
I probably wasn't a rebel teenager. No, I think because I'm the oldest girl, so I like had major second mum vibes because all my sisters were so much younger than me. So I was kind of on babysitting duties. My mum did Ironmans growing up, so she was training at 4 a.m. every morning.
My goodness.
Yeah, so I was probably not a goody two shoes, but I definitely wasn't like super rebellious. And I also met Noons quite young, so I like was quite happy to stay home if he was there.
Yeah.
So, and then when we got up to Darwin, Noons did FIFO for probably 2 or 3 years, and I think that's probably, like, on reflection and in hindsight, I think that was really challenging for me because we just moved to Darwin. Yeah. I knew 2 people at my work and that's it. And he was gone for 3 weeks at a time.
Yeah, it's a big chunk, isn't it?
Especially when like you've grown up together and like we'd been living together for 6 years in Bendigo, and you know, it's just like a really big shift because we were like in each other's pockets, and then he was just like gone and I didn't know anyone. So that was like definitely probably a time that on reflection I can see myself and be like, oh sis, you weren't doing so good. But then he ended up coming home around when COVID hit. And then in 2023, we had a surprise pregnancy, and it was interesting because didn't think I wanted to be pregnant. And then once I got over the shock, I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be our life. But then we ended up having a miscarriage at 7.5 weeks. So it was quite early. Not that makes it any easier.
It's still bloody tough.
It's not like it was any easier or anything. So after that, in the process of having the miscarriage, they found some growths on my ovaries. Yeah. Ended up saying that it just could be hormonal, come back in 6 months and we'll rescan. And within that time period, it had grown by 9 centimeters. So then they were like, let's get that out. So on going in, they found that I had endometriosis and PCOS. So we got rid of all of that. And I think after the miscarriage and after that was the first time that I'd ever really slowed down and sat in grief and been like, okay, like, how am I going to actually move through this?
Yeah.
And like I said before, I've always struggled with anxiety. So I was like, well, something's going to have to change for me to be able to not move on, but move through these feelings. And I ended up going and getting a mental health plan, seeing a psychologist. And that's probably where we met, to be honest. That's probably where we met because I joined Arc Fitness and really threw myself into training to try and, you know, tick all the boxes on what they tell you to do when you're having a hard time, exercise and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I think that like the older I've got, the worse my anxiety has got.
Yeah.
And I think that has been a catalyst for me being like, well, if I'm going to actually like show up how I want to show up, I need to deal with it to the best of my abilities.
Yeah.
So I do all the lifestyle things, but at the moment I am medicated, which is a space I never thought I would find myself in. But I think that like you got to do what you got to do.
My sister always says sanity and safety.
100%.
Like them above everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else will, like, it doesn't have to be a lifelong thing. It can be like a short-term thing.
100%.
Or it can be whatever. It's just as long as you feel happy in yourself and you're getting through your days in a way that feels good for you.
Yeah. And I think exercising and all of that good stuff. Definitely exercising, and like I was doing yoga very frequently and all of that sort of stuff definitely helped.
Did you find that talk therapy helped a lot?
It's interesting, and I don't want to shit on like psychology because I think it definitely has a place. I think that it helped because after my miscarriage, I got diagnosed with adjustment disorder because it was quite prolonged and traumatic in terms of like aftercare and things like that. I honestly think that like talking to my friends was probably a lot more beneficial, but I think I got more out of like sitting down with a wine on a Friday night and just letting it all out.
2%. People would always ask like, oh, how did you get through grief? I'm like, do you want my real answer? But I numbed myself with wine for 6 months or like these vodka things.
Yeah. Whatever was on special.
Like, and then that didn't work anymore.
Yeah.
But it is.
Did you do therapy?
I went to 2 psychologists.
Yeah.
At the start. One because my dad wanted me to, or my family, and he just like said basically like, are you going to kill yourself? I was like, I mean, like, what do you want me to say right now? How do you want me to answer that?
Yeah.
So it wasn't helpful for me.
Yeah.
I have done EMDR therapy in the past few years, which I preferred if I was going to do anything.
Yeah.
Because if I'm talking to someone, you're like, if you have a busy brain, by the time it's come out, you're already like trying to fix what you're saying anyway.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, is this actually what I want to say, or am I trying to fix the solution, like have a solution already? So I need to not be in my head.
Yeah, I totally me. Yeah, it's like, what do you want me to say? Maybe I'll just say that, but then that's not what I actually want to say. And how do I really feel?
Yeah. And this is a lot of pressure. Why are you staring at me?
Like those silences, like unnerving. Like I don't want there to be silence.
No. Are we done yet?
Yeah. Like how much longer?
I remember one session I walked out and the lady walked out and called my girlfriend. I'm like, she told me there's a piece of the puzzle missing. What the fuck? And I was so mad because she's like, there's a piece of your puzzle missing. I'm like,
oh,
aren't we here to fix the puzzle?
Yeah.
I was like, this.
Thanks. Like, way to end the session.
Like, get me out of here. I think that's the thing with it all because, well, for me, in all the sessions, I'm like, but what next? Like, I would walk out, even in EMDR, I'd be like, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm drained, I've cried, I've just spoken.
Yeah.
Not had a laugh at the same time.
Yeah. Like, one of the psychologists that I seen, I saw for probably nearly 12 months. And towards the end of me deciding to stop, there was a lot of, well, I don't feel like you're ready to work through this right now. So have a think about it until the next fortnight. And then, so for the next fortnight, I'd be like, what did you mean by that? I'd be like, I don't like, and I wouldn't say I'm black and white, but I'm very much like, well, that's just how I feel. Like, we can keep unpacking it, but like, I don't really have much more to say.
This is how I feel.
Yeah. So anyway, I definitely think there's a place for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think For me, like doing it regularly, like is probably not that beneficial.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's time and place, but if you have a good group of friends and then you create a community and you've got people that you can talk to, I feel like that is for me more beneficial because you're out having fun, like you're focused on connection and friends and you can have a laugh, have a cry rather than focusing on like the shit stuff always.
Yeah. And it can be quite draining, like doing it really regularly. Like I felt like my emotional like regulation would be off for like 48 hours because I'd be like, I was having a good week, but now I'm like questioning like my relationship and everything. It's like it wasn't that big of a deal, but
go home and think about this.
Yeah. Like trying to take notes. I'm like, nah, I still can't figure it out.
All right. Okay, I'm going to ask you about your breathwork session.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Yeah. It's funny because the breathwork session that I did, it took me a lot to drop in. And at the time I wasn't medicated. And I think the breathwork and anxiety have a really interesting connection. And one of my main symptoms with my anxiety is that I lose my breath. So I found it quite challenging in that I felt like I was just going into a panic attack. I actually would be interested to do another session now and see how I move through that space when I'm not suffering regular panic attacks.
Yeah.
But I did find, like, I definitely found like I felt hungover afterwards. Like I found it like very profound. But I can't say that I enjoyed it a lot.
You're like, I don't want to do that again.
With anxiety, and that's probably why you haven't seen me since.
I was like, I'm going to get you back in. But this is a thing with groups, and especially when it's like associated with, because the one you did was part of a challenge, wasn't it?
Yes.
And I think there's a difference in like signing up. I guess my perspective is probably different now. When people come to events, I always want to make sure, one, that they're like 100% their body's ready and also know what they're getting into and know that if they have like anxiety and all of this stuff then I would do more work with them prior than like putting everyone into a deep breath session. Because it's such like everyone wants to try it. And I was kind of in this space of almost like people pleasing before because I'm like, okay, everyone wants to try. Now I'm very much like, where are you at? Because otherwise I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. But I feel like, I'm sure you can probably speak to this a little bit more, but as a facilitator, like you have to move through like learning how to show up for people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I look back.
Like, I'm like, girl, I think you owe me a free session.
All right, come on in.
Like the anxiety and the breath work piece. I think almost with people who suffer from anxiety generally feel like they're limited in what they can and can't do. And I think like I did that session and I still got something out of it while feeling like I was in a space where I was about to like lose my shit.
Yeah.
So I think if I went back and did another session now, my experience would be even better. I don't like anxiety will always tell you that you're limited in what you can achieve, but it's wrong. Like it's just a voice. It's just like you've just got to push through it in some circumstances.
Yeah. It is. It's that extreme. I'm always extreme with things. So I look back, I'm like, okay, well, if I'm feeling like this, I need to like push it away, get rid of it. And for so long with my anxiety, I was like, that's it. I'm fine. I'm like super positive. Now I'm trying to push it away completely.
Yeah.
And then it gives it more power. So now I'm like, okay, if I feel it, just let it move through my body. And that took ages because at the start I was like hardcore breath work, like push it out of my body, which for my brain, I was like, this will work. Like I'll just like drop in, don't care. And now I'm like, okay, this needs to be a lot slower and a lot safer. Because everybody's so different. Like the way even to market to me, when people are like, oh, what's your sales psychology? I'm like, well, I'll just do it and then I'll understand all the facts later. Everyone else is like, that is not how we operate.
Like, where's the strategy?
Yeah. Say yes, figure it out later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do that.
Okay, I love this. We're going to do another session.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm in a very different space, different space. So I think I would get a lot out of it.
And always the first one, your body doesn't know what to expect. Like, it's terrifying to put yourself into a place which you've literally been trying to avoid for how long? What's a piece of advice that you would give to people now, whether it's like a life mantra or advice to your younger self?
I think it would be, you don't have to work so hard, which is very relevant for me in my life right now. But in my early 20s, I definitely put a lot of pressure on myself to work. Like, if I was working 14-hour days, I was like, yeah, girl, you've done it.
The girl boss era.
The girl boss era. And life's too short. And I also feel like living in Darwin, that's definitely changed my mentality around like work-life balance. But yeah, I think enjoy life. Like, don't work so hard. You'll be okay.
Love.
Yeah.
And how are you going to make this happen?
That's a good question.
I was like, what are we deleting from your life right now?
We're not deleting any. I also actually, something else I will say is to not focus on being perfect, especially with how you show up so for Book Besties, I was like, just get it out. Just get it out. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like, the website wasn't perfect. The branding was really good, but my best friend did that. But even like all my marketing stuff, if it's close enough, it's good enough. Like, you don't need to work yourself until midnight for like a little transition on a video. Just fucking get it out there. Like, no one's going to notice.
No.
Like, yeah. I think, yeah, don't work as hard. Don't be so perfect. It all comes out in the wash.
Yeah. Love. Amazing.
We talk so much.
I love this. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
That is a wrap of The Dark Side with Verity. Thank you for joining and being here to support our guests as they move, shift and share through real transformation, sharing their stories from the darkest of places, allowing you to see their light. This is where the change will happen. You know the drill. Like, share, chat about it, connect with us. We're here for more, and you know it.